The no-compromise Multimatic DSSV position-sensitive shocks from the Chevy Silverado ZR2 are now available as an upgrade kit for the Silverado 1500, providing ultimate off-road performance and improved on-road handling, comfort, and utility. Known as the unfair advantage, Multimatic spool valve shocks have been race-proven by Chevrolet Performance and Hall Racing, winning some of the toughest off-road races like the Mint 400 and King of the Hammers. It features position-sensitive damping technology, fine-tuned to suit the needs of a full-size production truck. For the Silverado, the ZR2 Spec shocks increase suspension travel by up to 2 inches in the front and up to 1 inch in the rear. The large multi-chamber aluminum body features an air-cooled oil reservoir to keep temperatures under control. So how does it work? At the core of every Multimatic shock is our patented spool valve technology, replacing commonly used flexible shim stacks used in traditional shock absorbers. Spool valves provide precise and predictable control of fluid flow through accurately machined ports engineered to deliver exacting and consistent damping characteristic. The Silverado's Multimatic shocks feature the same spool valve technology that has won multiple off-road championships. The ZR2 Spec Multimatic DSSV shocks feature unique position-sensitive damping that has been finely tuned to perform at its best in on-road and off-road terrain. There are 3 separate spool valves and an additional hydraulic valve inside each shock absorber that independently adjusts bump and rebound damping in response to the truck's wheel position to create distinct on-road and off-road operating ranges. This expands the vehicle dynamics performance envelope and eliminates the need to make compromises. When the DSSV shock is working in the road operating range, 2 spool valves are engaged, one to control compression and another to control rebound. The damping characteristics of these spool valves are precisely optimized for handling and ride comfort on smooth paved surfaces like streets and highways. When the truck goes off-roading and wheel travel extends past the typical on-road operating range of the suspension, DSSV shocks automatically shift into the extreme terrain operating range. This activates a 3rd spool valve, as well as an additional hydraulic valve to provide extra damping, absorbing hard impacts, and preventing the suspension from bottoming out. Let's look at an example of how this works during an off-road race. When the suspension is at full extension, the damper piston will first activate the rebound spool valve in mid-travel. When the wheel drops to full droop, it then engages the off-road rebound hydraulic valve. During extreme off-road events, the weight of the vehicle and downward forces will fully compress the suspension. The damper piston will engage the spool valve in the on-road compression range first, then travel past it to activate another spool valve for the extreme off-road compression, providing a much stronger damping force to soften the landing for the truck. By combining championship-winning spool valve technology with position-sensitive damping, the Chevrolet Performance ZR2 Spec Multimatic DSSV shocks offer the best of both worlds for the Silverado 1500, without compromise.